Well, look who it is. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Come on in. Come on in, you. What's going on? This is Grandson checking in on day, no idea what, of our year-long tour across the world. Come take a tour of the pirate ship that we've been inhabiting. Here you have the driver's chair, where our dear friend Derek angrily smokes cigarettes and curses at other drivers at 4 in the morning. Otherwise, not too much to say over here. Sometimes I sit here, naked, thinking about life, reading a book. It's always fun to sit in the cockpit, feel like you're a part of something. It's nice. You see the road pass by, just a guy on tour, living some rock and roll wet fantasy. It's a beautiful existence. That's what I do up here. This is the main place that we get along, fight, argue, FaceTime our partners, eat food, recap the show. Everything that could happen typically happens right here. We do everything from make our food over here. I sign records before the show. We put stuff together. I also try and collect fan art where and when I can. Getting it back home is always a bit of a logistical nightmare, but here you can see just a small snippet of all the incredible fan art that fans have been making, sending. I try and hold on to this stuff. The pockets of the suit that I wear are lined with fan mail and stuff. It's a nice subtle reminder when you walk through the bus of who we're doing this for, and everything that we try to do is in service of the community that enables us to live this lifestyle. I really do believe that. Whoever you are watching this, you're the reason that I get to have this cool bus and go on tour with my friends. So in subtle ways, I put that around the bus to remind not just myself, but everyone working here who we're doing it for and what's at stake every single night. Here you see all kinds of cabinets full of shit. Shoes, food, vitamins, whatever you can think of, it has a drawer. You would be surprised how disruptive it is if anything is moved from that drawer. This has been my shoe drawer. This whole tour, I've had my shoes. They go right here. But recently, in the past 2 weeks, someone else's shoes have magically started going into my shoe drawer. I never thought I would be so temperamental and difficult to work with as the day that I opened that drawer and anyone else's shoes are in there. I guess when you're living on a bus with 8 other humans, the little things end up amounting to a great deal of mental anguish. My therapist has made hundreds of dollars, an entire career, off of me complaining about the tiniest little details, including but not limited to shoe drawer. Chris. Alcohol. We've got booze, we've got tea, we've got cold medication, we've got all kinds of shit. I'm an oatmeal guy in the morning. Sometimes I'm making oatmeal, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, whatever you can think of. Let's go old school MTV. I want a slow-mo and bottles of Cristal everywhere. No, not really. It's like liquid death and mayonnaise. That's about it. Everything on here is like designed to stave off death. There is no fancy gourmet cooking on here. It's just the avoidance of starving to death. Drummer David Raymond here in the flesh. Do you have anything to say about our beautiful bus?
It's home.
That's it?
It's home. Yeah, comfortable. Got beds. Got lounges. Hanging out with my boys.
What more could you ask for? Truly, other than mayonnaise, liquid death, and a strong, handsome German drummer. Those are the 3 things that are essential on the Grandson tour.
Later,
See ya.
guys.
Over here we have a shower that nobody's allowed to use, or else the bus would somehow explode. Don't ask me. This is where I keep the suit that I've been using for the costume change into my alter ego X every single night. A lot of people ask me, Grandson, you're wearing a suit every night. Do you wash the suit? That is a question, isn't it? Dear watcher, viewer, listener. Do you wash the suit? No, I don't. It smells just as you would think it would smell. Oh my god, my mom's homemade cookies. These are called Mandelbaums. Let me tell you something about these right here. If you know me outside of this world, you know that I keep these stacked anywhere I go at all times. Bam! Frozen, delicious, homemade cookies. What kind of rock star would I be if I didn't end my night with one of my mom's delicious homemade cookies? Come on, every rock star needs some homemade cooking. Other than that, like a bunch of like Walmart shit. These kind of like little veggie bowl things, they'll keep you alive. They're not gonna be your first choice off of tour, but often you'll end a show at like 1 in the morning or something and everything will be closed. And it's always good to have like a last resort meal you can throw in a microwave and again, stave off starvation and death and mutiny. That is the only purpose of this here fridge, is if we might starve to death, good thing we have this. Bunk alley, a lot of junk bunks on this tour thankfully, so there's like room for everyone to put their shit away. There's old stale weed that Fan gave us that is only found in legal states, of course. To any narcs watching this video, nothing on here to see, nothing exciting, just a bag of nearly finished smoked joints and somewhere to rest your head at night. I'm a back middle kind of guy. I find that if I'm on the ground, I feel like Dobby the house elf. I don't want to be near everybody's feet, dirt and shit moving around. I'm not really the kind of personality that's like a bottom bunk. I don't really mess with a bottom bunk. Up here, I don't want to climb up every day, and you're a little more at the mercy of the driver's bumps in the roads the higher up you are, so you want to be back here. The two biggest rules on this bus, number one obviously is don't shit on the bus, as I'm sure has been covered extensively in the last 12 years. But the other is feet forward. If you're ever going to find yourself on a tour bus, you sleep feet forward. That way, if he hits the brakes, you might feel it in your feet instead of having a broken neck. I learned that one very early on. Let's keep it that way. This is my bunk. Nothing to see. And then you've got back lounge, where all the magic happens. On this tour, that magic involves emails and reading a book, because we're good boys. I think that this is kind of the consensus place you can go to be alone, which is difficult to maintain, again, in a room this size for 8 people. It can be really hard to have any private time or time to talk to your partner or wherever that partner may be. So I think we try and keep this room, because you're also a lot closer to where people might be sleeping. This room is kind of where you can go to have a more chill experience, where everything else that's going on, from the late night meal to Netflix to video games, all that's in the front. Back lounge is for my tour manager to get shit done, and for anyone that doesn't feel like being with people but doesn't feel like being alone, if that makes sense. You can come back here to be alone together in a much more peaceful way, harmonious way. Out here is kids getting ready for the grandson show. You're probably thinking, wow, what a douchebag that he hasn't gone and said hi to them. I already have. We've hung out. We've chilled. They know what's up. And again, like, this is who we do it for. So I feel very, very grateful. I feel lucky, excited for our sold-out show in Chicago tonight. And that's it, you guys. That's the tour bus. Some people might find this exciting. It is really cool. It is very unique. There are times where I feel like an astronaut, and then I'm taking you on a tour of the International Space Station. It is cool, it is claustrophobic, it is intense, but this is where I've been living for the last 2 months, and this is where I plan on living pretty much for the rest of my life. So you do what you can to make it work. You try and keep people's fan art and the quirky things that remind you of just how special it is to be doing this, and maintain some sort of like order and respect for the people around you, and you too will one day get along with people living on a bus on tour. Alright, that's about it. You gotta get the hell off my bus. You can find me online at Grandson everywhere. We're taking a little bit of a break, but then I'm going to be going across Canada with Avril Lavigne. I'm going to be touring across Europe with Deftones, doing some solo stuff, a lot more live music, and new songs come in later this year. I'm Grandson. Thank you for your time, for your patience. I appreciate you, but you gotta go. You gotta go. I gotta go get ready. I gotta do my vocal warm-ups. Me, 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 me.